Hello everyone, I'm Boyan and today we are dismembering Cruella. Before we begin, this video contains a lot of spoilers. If you want to see the movie, do it before watching this video. I am not a professional movie critic. Would I be able to make a better movie? No! I just do this because it is fun. On to the movie. So, the film starts with Cruella describing her childhood. She has black and white hair. Why? That part isn't elaborated. So she has a nice mom, no father to speak of, and she seems to be tad deranged. Her name is Estella, Cruella being a nickname for her bad side. In any case, her mom enrolls her into Hogwarts, where she meets Anita. She is black in this version. So anywho, Estella gets expelled, or esteled, from Hogwarts because she is too mean to all the bullies. Her mother decides for them to move to London, but takes a slight detour to Helmond Hall, a castle on the edge of a cliff where a high fashion show is held on the Beauty and the Beast live-action remake movie set. Estella's mom tells her to stay put in the car with her dog until she takes care of something, and you just know that whole hell will break loose. Of course it does, because Estella gets out of the car, her dog gets into the show, and he causes a whole lot of ruckus, with Professor Quirrell chasing after her. Estella runs outside of the castle and sees her mom negotiating with the hostess of the party for her to receive some additional quid, but some nasty Dalmatians come to the scene, pounce on Estella's mother, and she falls to her death. So anywho, Estella thinks that she caused her mother's death and runs to a garbage truck, escaping to London. There she goes to the Regent's Park and starts thinking that the fountain is her mom. Why? I don't know. London was a dream of theirs or something. She wakes up in the morning, sees Jasper and Horace, two street urchins pickpocketing people. Jasper is black in this version. They decide to let Estella join their little gang. 20 years pass and Jasper isn't black anymore, not sure how that works, but whatever. It seems there's a black-white theme to this movie. They have many heists together, with Estella using her sewing skills to make them elaborate costumes. Jasper succeeds in getting Estella employed in Liberty, a fancy fashion store, as was her lifelong dream. However, she's in the bottom-tier position, scrubbing toilets, with her talents unable to shine, until she stays after hours one night, gets drunk and redesigns the store window. In the morning, she's caught by her boss just as the head honcho of the company is about to arrive. She's called the Baroness. She is the queen of mean, straight out of Devil Wears Prada, and is played by Jenna Marbles under heavy makeup. Of course, she loves what Estella has done to the window and hires her. Her waspish personality is the focal point of the film. The Baroness quickly takes liking to Estella, and she becomes the Baroness's personal assistant. Things go south, however, when Estella notices her boss wearing her mother's necklace, a family heirloom, which makes her realize that the Baroness was the hostess of the party where her mom had died many years back. Estella also realizes that she is not to blame for her death, but the Baroness, who intentionally ordered the dogs at her mom. Not only that, but the Baroness is completely unfazed by the whole affair. By the way, I love how the Baroness knows the exact account number of a secret illegal bank account of one of her potential business associates, but fails to do a basic background check on a woman she found drunk as a skunk in the store window and that she instantly hired and promoted to bring her food. Estella decides to take her revenge and she becomes Cruella, ditching her nice girl persona and embracing the darkness within. Oh my. That revenge takes the form of Cruella sabotaging each and every of the Baroness's shows by increasingly outlandish stunts, while keeping her Estella persona in front of the Baroness. However, the Baroness eventually figures out who is behind these attacks, and burns down Cruella's hideaway, leaving her to die and framing the crime on Horace and Jasper. Luckily, Professor Quirrell, the one who chased Estella when she was little, gets a change of heart and saves her. It turns out that the necklace is actually a key that opens a box with a birth certificate, and it also turns out that the Baroness is Estella's mom. She hated the child the split second she was born, and she ordered Professor Quirrell to do away with her. Is this Cruella, or Snow White, or a Spanish soap opera? Anywho, he gave the child to Baroness's maid, who raised the child as her own. Oh yeah, there's a whole subplot of one of the Baroness's Dalmatians swallowing that necklace and Cruella kidnapping them so they could wait until one of the dog poops it out, so yeah, not the prettiest thing to wear around your neck. Roger also appears in this movie, and here he is the Baroness's bumbling lawyer. Anita is working for a gossip magazine. which is kind of weird since we already saw her in a very prestigious Hogwarts school, but whatever. Anita, as a journalist and school friend, helps Cruella get the exposure she needs for sabotaging Baroness's gala events, so we know how they got to be good friends. The final scene is bizarre. It involves making the Baroness push Estelle over a cliff with all of her party guests watching, and she being gloated at by Cruella as she is being arrested. Now, Estelle survived by parachuting to the bottom of the cliff and being caught by Horace in a boat, meaning that she had to get caught by Horace, not drown, dry off, set her hair, change her clothes and climb back uphill in order to gloat at the Baroness who is just being taken away. Just go along with it. The Baroness gets jailed for murder, Estella leaves everything to Cruella, and the last scene has Estella being buried in the presence of a priest, Cruella and her gang. Now, this scene annoyed me because it was in the middle of nowhere, they're all alone there, and as Cruella leaves, it is implied that the priest will lower the casket by himself. But wouldn't he notice how light it is, that is, empty? In the end, Cruella moves into Hellman Hall, renaming it Hell Hall, sends puppies that one of her Dalmatians cat to Roger and Anita, and all ends well. So some food for the thought. We never found out why she hates the dogs enough to make fur coats out of them. Sure, they knocked her stepmom off a cliff, but Cruella clearly loves dogs, has had one since her childhood, and warms up to the Dalmatians after dog-napping them from the Baroness. I mean, it is emphasized that she is unhinged, but her doing something bad to the dogs would be a heel-face turn. It even makes less sense for Jasper and Horace to get involved in that. They may be thieves, but they're not monsters. The movie has the same issues as Maleficent. This isn't a backstory to the real Cruella de Vil. This is an entirely new character that does not fit the narrative of the original story. The film absolutely did not have to be about Cruella. It wouldn't get the exposure, but it would work better. Are we going to get the Baroness movie next, where it turns out that she's the good guy? Some other issues. Does this mean that Pongo and Perdita are in an incestuous relationship? Why does Cruella send a puppy to Roger? They barely spoke. Why does Roger compose Cruella de Vil's song when the Baroness was far worse to him? I left out some less important story elements as not to spoil the whole thing too much. I would love to hear your theories as well as your opinion on the movie. It is a fun movie with many glaring plot holes. Check it out. Leave comments, but be gentle. This is my first YouTube video ever. I give this movie 45 of 101 Dalmatian pelts. Subscribe, share, ring the bell notification. Bye!